Top passion in One Piece, blind but gambles. Welcome back to One Piece Nerd. Today we'll discuss Issho, also known as Fujitora, the purple tiger of the Navy. Currently, he's one of the Revolutionaries' strongest allies, especially after the raid on Mary Geoise. Could he be Monkey D. Dragon's secret trump card? Fujitora purposely released all the slaves, aiding Sabo's team in escaping, using his blindness as an excuse. Whatever he does, his blindness keeps him safe from accountability. Amid the chaos, all blame falls on the Revolutionary Army. Who would blame the Navy? If you noticed, during his fight with Sabo in Dressrosa, they had exchanges that reflected their individual perspectives. In the end, the battle concluded with some kind of agreement. Perhaps freeing the slaves at Mary Geoise was part of that deal. Purple Tiger Fujitora stands in stark contrast to Green Bull Ryokugyu in terms of character, even though they've been seen conversing quite intimately on previous occasions. But we're focusing solely on Fujitora in this video. There are many questions. When did Purple Tiger Fujitora go blind? Why did he join the Navy? Did he get his Devil Fruit powers before or after enlisting? Is he originally from Wano, with his sword style and attire suggesting such a background? His sword, said to be one of the 12 Supreme Grade blades, is named Yakuza Kaizen and is rumored to be from Wano. Many questions remain about this character, and the author has even revealed more details recently. So let's delve deeper into Fujitora. Got your coffee ready? Let's uncover the latest about the Navy's blind admiral, the Purple Tiger Fujitora. In SBS Volume 110, the author revealed Fujitora's past. As a child, he dressed neatly, often carrying a wooden sword. His sword-handling style back then differed from his current one, with the sword resting on his shoulder. Overall, he appeared to be a well-educated child from a caring family, unlike those who suffered from poverty. Typically, individuals like this come from a noble class within a kingdom. Fujitora might have been born into a royal family with a strong tradition in swordsmanship. Recently, it was revealed that he hails from Aoi Island, located somewhere in the Grand Line, though its exact location remains unknown. After reaching adulthood, Fujitora took on the role of military leader and commander of the soldiers in his country. Although it's unclear if Aoi Island had connections to the world government, the island was ravaged by war despite Fujitora's immense strength. The nature of war isn't as straightforward as one might think. A powerful figure can't always prevent destruction coming from all sides and various weapons. Additionally, the enemy forces may have had many formidable fighters. Hence, the fall of the Aoi kingdom is plausible, as evidenced by Issho's helplessness. As a guardian of an overthrown kingdom, Issho's hatred would be immense, and he would seek any means to avenge his kingdom. However, perhaps due to the numerous sins he committed, he chose to destroy his own eyes. In chapter 799, he says, "You pity these eyes of mine, but let me tell you, I destroyed them myself, for they had seen too much injustice, too many vile sights. So I decided to close them forever." What Issho implies here are the atrocities he witnessed, which might have been caused by the world government against his nation, or possibly by his own actions. You may not know, but Fujitora is inspired by the character Zatoichi, a blind swordsman created by Japanese novelist Kan Shimozawa. Zatoichi is a swordsman from Japan's late Edo period, notable for his unique inward sword grip, rarely seen in other characters. Having become an assassin, he trained in swordsmanship and killed many people, later deeply regretting it as he witnessed countless injustices. Although Zatoichi wasn't blinded by destroying his own eyes, he witnessed many things even those with sight would rather not see. Perhaps that's why the author made Issho blind himself, because of the horrors he had witnessed. I believe that as a military leader, Issho may have seen many lives lost under his command, including innocent civilians. Witnessing the government's atrocities against his own country likely made him unable to accept the reality. Because of this fierce resistance, he might have been labeled a prisoner of war, which led the government to recruit him into the Navy's admirals 2 years ago. However, after being convicted as a prisoner of war, Issho distanced himself from society, living through a peculiar pastime, gambling. Though blind, he continued gambling. And of course, we all know his haki's perceptive power far surpasses an ordinary person's. Sometimes, Issho even uses future sight observation haki, similar to Katakuri. His hideout is on Soza Island, where he gambles on games like roulette, dice, and even cockfighting. Of course, he relies on sighted individuals for the games. Eventually, just like in Dressrosa, even when he wins a bet, he's told he lost, trapping him in debt and forcing him to work as a bodyguard at this casino. However, escaping is not easy under the world government's watchful eye. 2 years ago, after Kazan lost his duel with Akainu, he left the Navy. Akainu, victorious, rose to the rank of Fleet Admiral, leaving 2 admiral positions vacant. In response, the government initiated a massive worldwide recruitment campaign, known as the World Conscription System. They selected elite warriors from various nations, promoting them into the Navy's ranks to serve as an elite force under the government. This weakened 8 countries, creating an opportunity for the Revolutionary Army to rise and seize control of these 8 nations, greatly helped by Sabo's influence in the news following the assassination of King Cobra. However, after an extensive selection process, they still couldn't find anyone worthy of joining the Admiralty. This led to an expanded recruitment campaign within the ranks of war criminals, where the name Issho from the Kingdom of Aoi gained particular attention. Yet locating him was no easy task until they discovered his enormous debt at a casino, wondering how the government managed to get him out. Through violence? No, the government paid off Issho's hefty debt to secure his release from the casino and went to great lengths to persuade him to join. For a recluse like Issho, returning to serve the Navy wasn't simple. He had his own plans. Moreover, a significant question remains. Could Fujitora secretly be part of the Revolutionary Army? According to Revelations, Fujitora once served as the head guard of a kingdom in the Grand Line, Aoi Kingdom, which was destroyed by war. This incident was certainly not caused by the Revolutionary Army. Around 24 years after Roger's death, the Revolutionary Army began forming as a small group, gradually expanding in size. During this time, events coinciding with the destruction of Fujitora's kingdom unfolded. Although it's uncertain, it's possible Dragon approached Issho, a powerful figure, even before the government did. You'll notice that strong, well-known individuals are often approached by the Revolutionary Army, like Yasop, famed for his marksmanship, was recruited by Shanks to join his crew. Perhaps Issho too wasn't an exception to Dragon's approach, as he is always in need of strong allies to help change the world. The nature of Issho is to despise crime so intensely that he even lost one of his eyes over it. With this personality, Issho wants to change the world, and there's no reason why a man like him would continue fighting for the government. Given the government's indiscriminate recruiting, it's possible the Revolutionary Army targeted Issho immediately. With his reputation, they saw this as a chance for the revolutionaries to secretly infiltrate the Navy, gather intel, and conduct covert missions. Don't forget, Revolutionary Army members' identities are always secret, and only a few high-ranking members know each other. Other members can't even recognize their own comrades. You need to question the confrontation between Fujitora and Sabo. This clash between 2 opposing sides was inevitable, but as a Navy admiral, Fujitora shows that Sabo might not yet be his match. However, it seems he didn't go all out to capture the revolutionaries. Instead, the two had a secret exchange, and we still don't know what it was about, other than the fact that they both placed their bets on Luffy. In the lively event, Sabo and other commanders infiltrated the Holy Land. With Fujitora's involvement, he released the slaves outside without a hint of hesitation. Regardless of Green Bull Ryokugyu's complaints, he just claimed he was blind and couldn't see. This raises the question of whether Sabo mentioned this uprising during their exchange at Dressrosa, so Fujitora would know and assist when needed. Clearly, this action resembles cooperation more than opposition. Is Fujitora truly a member of the Revolutionary Army, or just a Navy officer with his own sense of justice, who still protects the people? Either way, it is a positive and necessary stance in the case of a government versus Revolutionary Army clash. Fujitora's honorable sense of justice and ideology suits the Navy far more than Akainu's absolute justice. Do you think Fujitora will remain in the Navy, or will become a Revolutionary Army spy, especially if Dragon approached him before he became a Navy admiral?